everyone, it's Samantha. Today, I need to share something with you that I've never told anyone before. It's about my best friend's wedding and the betrayal that changed everything I thought I knew about friendship. This happened 3 years ago, but I still get chills thinking about it. So, my best friend, Emma, and I had been inseparable since college. We talked every day, shared everything, and when she got engaged to her boyfriend Marcus, I was over the moon for her. She asked me to be her maid of honor, and I was honestly more excited than she was. For 8 months, I threw myself into planning her perfect wedding. I organized the bachelorette party, helped her pick the dress, coordinated with vendors. I was living and breathing this wedding. Emma kept saying, "I don't know what I'd do without you, Sam. You're like the sister I never had." The night before the wedding, we had the rehearsal dinner. Everything was perfect. Emma looked radiant, Marcus seemed happy, and I felt so proud of what we'd accomplished together. After dinner, Emma pulled me aside. "Sam," she said, "I need to tell you something important." My heart started racing because her tone was different, serious, almost cold. She looked me straight in the eye and said, "Marcus and I have been talking, and we've decided we don't want you in our lives anymore after tomorrow." I thought I misheard her. "What do you mean?" I asked. And that's when she dropped the bomb. "We think you're too dependent on our friendship. You don't have your own life, and frankly, it's becoming embarrassing. After the wedding, we want you to stop calling, stop texting, just move on." I was speechless. This was the night before her wedding, a wedding I had planned for 8 months. I had spent thousands of dollars, countless hours, and all my energy making her dream day perfect. But you know what? I kept my composure. I said, "Emma, if that's what you want, I'll respect it. But I'm still going to make sure your wedding day is perfect." The next morning, I showed up early to coordinate everything. I made sure the flowers were perfect, the photographer knew the schedule, the caterers were on time. I did my job as maid of honor flawlessly, even though my heart was breaking. During the ceremony, as I watched Emma walk down the aisle, I realized something profound. She wasn't just ending our friendship, she was showing me exactly who she really was. The reception was beautiful. Everything went smoothly. And then, during the speeches, something unexpected happened. Marcus stood up to give his speech, and he said something that made my blood run cold. He thanked everyone for coming, talked about love and commitment, and then he said, "I especially want to thank someone who's been like family to us, Emma's cousin Sarah, who helped plan this entire wedding." Sarah, Emma's cousin who lived 3 states away and had literally done nothing for this wedding. I watched as Sarah stood up and took a bow, accepting credit for 8 months of my work. Emma was smiling and clapping. She had not only discarded our friendship, but had also stolen the credit for everything I'd done. In that moment, I made a decision. I quietly slipped out of the reception. I didn't make a scene, didn't confront anyone. I just left. As I drove home, still in my maid of honor dress, I felt something I didn't expect. Relief. Because Emma had done me the biggest favor of my life. She had shown me exactly who she was before I wasted any more years on our friendship. The next few weeks were hard. I questioned everything. Was I really too dependent? Had I been a bad friend? But then I started hearing things through mutual friends. Apparently, Emma had been talking behind my back for months, calling me clingy and desperate. She had been planning to cut me out of her life for a while and just used me to plan her perfect wedding first. Here's what I learned from this experience. Sometimes people will use your loyalty as a tool to get what they want. They'll let you invest your time, energy, and heart into them all while planning to discard you the moment you're no longer useful. But here's the thing. That says everything about them and nothing about you. My willingness to give everything for a friend wasn't the problem. Emma's willingness to take advantage of that was. 3 years later, I can honestly say this was one of the best things that ever happened to me. Losing Emma opened up space in my life for real friendships. People who value loyalty, who reciprocate effort, who would never use me like that. I heard through the grapevine that Emma and Marcus got divorced last year. Apparently, when the honeymoon phase wore off, they realized they were both the kind of people who use others for their own benefit. Turns out that's not a great foundation for marriage. As for me, I learned to recognize my own worth. I learned that real friends don't keep you around just for what you can do for them. And I learned that sometimes the most painful betrayals lead us to the most beautiful discoveries about ourselves. If someone is treating your friendship like a convenience store, only visiting when they need something, pay attention. You deserve friends who celebrate you, not just use you. Have you ever had a friendship that you thought was real but turned out to be one-sided? How did you handle it? Let me know in the comments. I love hearing your stories. And if this resonated with you, hit that subscribe button. I'll see you next time.